Alright, guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. So, I've wanted to do a video talking about the possibility of Moro in Dokkan for a while. Now, I would assume at some point Moro is going to show up in Dokkan, right? So if you guys are not aware, obviously Dragon Ball Super anime is not around. Sucks, but whatever. The manga's still going, and there is a pretty long arc now at this point. Does go on for quite a while, where Goku and Vegeta are fighting this sort of like warlock, ancient. I mean, yeah, he's what is it? He's 65 million years old or whatever. It's some shit like that, right? Like he's just been around forever. Like, it is pretty ridiculous because like he's like dominating Goku and Vegeta. He beats them like 5 times, and it's like he's just been sitting in a prison cell for like millions of years. Like it's it's like very goofy, but it's whatever. I actually do kind of like Moro. My only issue with Moro, right? Because again, I had things going on. I had extra time. I caught up on the manga. Like the whole thing is that he's like a warlock, but like they don't really give him a lot of interesting magic abilities. He pretty much just has one thing, which is absorb energy. That's it. Like he doesn't really do too much else with that magic of his. Think of Bobbity. Bobbity actually did a couple of interesting things with his magic. That's the only thing. Kind of wish they gave the boy Moro a little bit more with his magic. Now, what I'm going to do this video is I'm going to talk about basically all the stuff they can add from the Moro arc into Dokkan. Now, as of right now, they have not really added anything from the manga to Dokkan, I think, except for the Evolution Blue Vegeta card does the Gamma Burst Flash, which is his Vegeta's attack from the manga. He uses it in the manga, but not in the anime. And then AGL Merge Zamasu, his super attack, not the purple Bukaki version, but just his Merge Zamasu version. His super attack is also from the manga, right? Now, there's so much they could do, right? There's Super Saiyan Goku Black. Obviously, we could get God Vegeta. I don't, like, would they could make a God Vegeta and just put him on the future category. Like, that helps, right? Like, there's so many different things like that they could do that I do want to see them add, right? So, of course, the whole Moro arc, there's a lot of characters here. There's a lot of different ways they could do it. Now, number one, we could talk about Goku and Vegeta specifically because both of them take, like, almost every form they have in this arc, right? Now, there's this little Galactic Patrol thing. I'm going to talk about this more with other characters, but, like, if they just decided to add Galactic Patrol to the end of these characters' names, it helps out so many teams. For example, if we get Piccolo Galactic Patrol, that's going to be monstrous for, like, the Namekian team, right? Now, of course, above anything else, it just means, like, Realm of Gods is just buffed to hell. When Evolution Blue Vegeta, new UI Sign Goku, all this stuff gets added, that could be used alongside the other versions. But whatever. Realm of Gods is just always going to be the best. That's the way it is, right? So, I think they should do that. They definitely should look into that. Now, the big boy himself, Moro. The thing about Moro has like 50 different forms because he's absorbing energy and shit like that. Like, he's getting younger. Here's him fighting Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. Again, the Galactic Patrol symbol. They could easily make this Goku Ultra Instinct Sign Galactic Patrol. Easy. Bam. That should be done. They should do that. And then that, there's other versions like, Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu. All these characters are in this arc that they could have Galactic Patrol. That a massive buff to the Earthling category, which is so limited. Like, it would be fantastic if they did that. Now, Moro's final form, I would have to say, he definitely is a little bit more interesting to me right here. He's a little bit different from, some typical Dragon Ball villains, right? Whereas here, he literally just becomes like, oh yeah, you look at this and you go, that's a villain from Dragon Ball, right? Like, oh, hello, Dragon Ball villain. How are you doing right there? So, okay. If we just look at like, it's hard to say what Moro's going to do, right? Because he heals, he absorbs, they could do literally anything with Moro because he does so much, and he fights so many people, and he dominates everyone he fights, basically. Like, he's ridiculous. He's insane. Right? Because, like, unlike, okay, I guess Frieza does pretty much dominate up until Goku goes Super Saiyan, right? Like, Frieza is never really challenged in any way, basically, until Goku goes Super Saiyan. Whereas, like, Cell gets sort of embarrassed a couple of times. You know, I feel like Boo sort of gets like tossed around a little bit like a bitch at times before he, you know, Kid Boo shows up. Whereas like Moro has actually just straight dominated like every single fight he's participated in. Like, there's, you know, just to add like tension, there's been times where it's like, uh-oh, you know, they got Moro on the ropes, but then it's just like, no, like he's like 10 steps ahead of him at all time. But one of the big problems with the arc is the fact that he fights Goku and Vegeta like 10 times, and it pretty much ends exactly the same way like every single time, which is this right here. I'm just gonna absorb your energy now, fuckers. So sorry. And it repeats. Oh, like Goku and Vegeta are so stupid. Like typical, like just utter stupidity by them. Also, this guy could show up Cranberry. I really think a Frieza Force category would be good. This guy isn't in the Frieza Force anymore, but he used to be. So, wait, is he Cranberry or Raspberry? I can't remember, actually. He's either Cranberry or Raspberry. I actually can't remember. Damn it. Oh, whatever. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But the point about Moro, right? Number one, you could probably add him to the Fusion team, because when he absorbs, what is this, 0-3? Or 3-0? Damn, I'm getting all these... the names messed up. Oh, no, this is bad. That's my old age kicking in. But when Moro absorbs... I think it's 0-3. When he absorbs 0-3, you know, becomes his version... Honestly, I feel like you could probably slide him in the Fusion team, but, like, Super 17 should be there, and he's not, and, you know, Fusion Android 13's not there, and he should be, so he probably wouldn't end up on there. Revived Warriors, 100%, because, like, if Bojack is going to be in Revived Warriors, you know, Moro, who's been chilling in prison for 65 billion years, and he just gets out, like, I feel like you could add him to Revived Warriors. Realm of Gods, no. A lot of people have actually asked for Kid Buu to be added to Realm of Gods, because it's sort of, it's not implied, it's basically directly stated that the Fat Supreme Kai, let me actually just, I got a, not here, that's Fat Buu, yeah, right here, the, you know, Grand Supreme Kai, he actually is, like, ridiculously, like, God of Destruction level strong or something like that. Like, I don't know what the exact statement is, but he's very, very powerful. But he used his magic to seal Moro's magic away, like, a bajillion years ago, which nerfed him heavily, which allowed Buu to basically beat his ass, right? That's sort of what's described. And then they say that his godly power, when Fat Buu basically, like, splits off from his evil version, like, Kid Buu's one that ended up with all of his godly power. So a lot of people were actually saying, like, oh, they got to put Kid Buu on Realm of Gods. And it's like, well, yeah, he's got god power in him, but he doesn't, I mean, we don't think he uses it, but it would be stupid for them to add Kid Buu to Realm of Gods. Now, if they specifically made, like, a flashback version of Kid Buu from the Moro arc and put him on Realm of Gods, they could do that. That would be interesting. And then, you know, maybe another version of Kid Buu that could be used in, like, Majin Power, but I doubt they'll do that, right? All right, so going through... Again, a lot of these, like, villain categories we're going to get to, Moro will be on full power. Moro will be on that. Basically, this form and this form, both of them, honestly, probably should put Moro on full power. I mean, Moro, I don't know at any point if he's actually stated... No, he is stated to be using his full power when he's fighting UI Goku, actually. There's a point where both of them power up, and it's like full power versus full power. So, yeah, you definitely could put Moro on full power, I think. Absolutely. Transformation boost, yes, again, he's got 60 different forms he takes. Honestly, like, time travelers, he doesn't actually travel through time, but it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, oh, all of a sudden he's here. Like, if Bojack is on time travelers, I feel like Moro probably could be as well, right? Continuing on, Artificial Life Form 0-3 would be on there. I feel like they can make a very good 0-3 card, because, again, he, like, absorbs characters' abilities. Could be very interesting the way they could potentially have that go on. Let me see. Terrifying Conquerors, for sure. I think absolutely Moro should be on that one. Absolutely. Now, Moro, once he absorbs 0-3 and kind of does, like, that fusion form, you know, his pure Dragon Ball villain form, right? Once he does that, he does then have the ability to steal. He can steal people's abilities. So the chances of him using the Kamehameha, I would say, are pretty decent. And so then there we go. He uses the Kamehameha, and then bam, all of a sudden he could end up being on the Kamehameha category team. So that's a possibility as well. Target Goku. No, I mean, his Moro's main goal is not targeting Goku, because, like, he actually does sort of seem more interested in Vegeta at points. So I guess he would not be on there. Final trump card. Honestly, yes. I would say Moro absorbing 0-3, like, this was sort of like a plan he had. Like, I feel like that's enough. Like you could put Moro on final trump card. Exploding Rage, probably not. Revenge, yeah. I mean, I would think Moro would qualify for Revenge as well, because if he wants to get revenge against the Galactic Patrol and shit like that, and, you know, the Grand Supreme Kai and all that stuff, I think so. Inhuman Deeds, yes, he kills a ton of his henchmen. Like, he kills Cranberry or Raspberry, whatever the dude's name is. He kills a bunch of them, so he could be on there as well. Let me see. Rapid Growth, Majin Power, no. Desperate Struggle, probably not. Savior. So those would probably be the teams Moro be on. Again, it's hard to say specifically like what Moro would be like in Dokkan, but they could easily make, like, villains are so underutilized in this game. They should make him like dominant good. They should, for sure. Of course, Fat Boo, you know, has some fighting. Actually, Fat Boo, I wonder if he'll fight again soon. He probably will, because they did the stupid shit where it's like, oh, he's sleeping again. It's just, what, I don't know. It's like, because like Toyotaro does a good job actually with Fat Boo here in this, like when he's fighting Moro, like Boo is very interesting. Unlike Moro, who they make very boring at points, despite the fact that he has this grand magic power that he uses it to like keep UI Goku from moving around, and like he absorbs energy, and he doesn't really do too much else, but he powers up his minions. Like, he doesn't do too much else. Of course, you know, we have these three, you know, Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta. Obviously, again, Goku actually goes, like, he goes Super Saiyan, he goes Super Saiyan 3, he goes God, he goes Blue, he goes UI Sign, he does all that, right? So again, if you put a Galactic Patrol on the end of that, there's just so many different, like, they could honestly make the Moro arc like the Boo Saga, where they've done like 6 celebrations related to the Boo Saga. They could do that with the Moro arc, man, for sure, right? And then, of course, you know, Grand Supreme Kai could get another card. I don't think they should the old one should awaken, but he should awaken in like a different celebration and get a whatchamacallit. Like the old card should awaken, and then this one should be just like a new card that comes out, I think. All right, so then there's, of course, a lot of these different Galactic Prisoners. 03 is the most impressive of all of them. He's got to be. Then there, what is this guy? Saga Bunti or something like that. He has some fights. A bunch of these dudes fight. These girls, they fuse, so that would be another character probably added to the fusion team. Maybe like the 3 of them as a combo card. That fuse could be good. Krillin fights the bear. This is like a member of Zarbon's race. Vegeta beats him. You know, there's just a lot of things. And this, of course, is a member of Autumn Magetta's race. So it's a lot of different things they could do there that way. Now, Meerus, right? So Meerus is, as of right now, because obviously, I guess this video is going to be like everything they could add to Dokkan from the Moro arc so far, because obviously we're not done yet, right? Like, I'm sure Moro might have more forms. Mastered UI Goku could show up potentially at some point. Maybe they'll fuse to try and beat him. Although, it's specifically Moro can actually separate fusions now. We'll talk about that more in a second. But Meerus is an angel, right? So, you know, another buff for Realm of Gods, in case you're curious. I guess they could do a Galactic Patrol category as well, huh? And then just, like, really fill it out with characters from this arc. And then maybe like make like a good Jacko from like Resurrection F. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff they could do, right? Meerus, is very good. I remember I was actually, because when he very first shows up, he gets the drop on Goku and Vegeta. And I remember being upset at first, like, this is so stupid. Like, he just gets the drop on Goku and Vegeta and one-shots them, basically. It's like, right after the Tournament of Power, I don't know. Or, well, I guess it's literally like Goku at the end of the Broly movie, instant transmissions away from Broly, and then it literally goes directly into the Moro arc. Like immediately when Goku gets back, they go and encounter Meerus, right? Like, it's like actually like 5 minutes after Goku leaves Broly's planet, he gets one-shotted by Meerus. But it turns out Meerus is an angel, so I was like, okay. That makes sense. And again, he trains with Goku. He helps Goku, like, sort of, I don't want to say master UI Sign, but I mean, Goku, it's just a straight up transformation for him now that he can activate at will. So I guess he did sort of master that version of it. But Goku is taking all different kinds of forms while fighting him and shit like that. So that would be good. Okay, again, there's like Piccolo, Krillin. We've got Dende. There's also, I think it's Escargot. is another Namekian from Planet Namek. Like, there's a bunch of Namekians they potentially can make new cards for. So there's a lot of different things they could do. Gohan, does fight. Gohan does look pretty impressive when he's fighting. He kind of has his, like, sort of like teacher version, and then Piccolo sort of like changes his outfit into this version right here. This is what Gohan looked like when he fights in the Tournament of Power in the manga, by the way. They could do that as well. I like if they created manga Gohan, and it's just his name would just be like Gohan, and then they added him into the Tournament of Power category. Like, I think that would be a good idea. Like, I feel like they could mix and match the manga and anime categories. It would make a lot. I think it's fine, right? So, like, you could put Super Saiyan Goku Black would be, in the future category, right? This version of Gohan, because this is the exact version of Gohan that fights in the Tournament of Power, you could put him in the Tournament of Power category. I think that would work, right? And then the Ultimate Gohan version from the anime, because in the anime, Gohan actually, Ultimate Gohan becomes a transformation. You could have him in there as well, right? So there's a lot of things they could do. Vegeta, of course, trains on Yardrat, gains, like, new abilities, so that would be very cool. Yardrat Vegeta. 03, again, he's able to absorb people's abilities by grabbing their neck, so he could have it be a pretty interesting unit. He is also specifically mentioned to be an artificial life form. This here is when he absorbs Piccolo's abilities, and Gohan and Piccolo are fighting him like that. Gohan just trashes him, too. Like, it's until 03, like, he starts using Moro's abilities. Gohan just obliterates this guy. Like, 03 just gets embarrassed by Gohan and Piccolo, honestly. Well, starts out where he's beating Piccolo's ass, then Gohan shows up and destroys him. Then when they fight, they have the rematch with him, they beat his ass again, and then 17 and 18 step in. I'm okay with the Moro arc. It could have been better, but, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. Here, of course, is Angel Meerus. Again, like, we easily could have, like, multiple versions of him. One could be, again, like, Meerus Galactic Patrol, Meerus Angel. Like, there's stuff they could do, right? That would be very cool. Alright, so then all of, like, the Z fighters show up, basically. This is cool, right? We got Yamcha, Chaozu, Tien, Gohan. Like, Galactic Patrol versions of all these characters. This is what I'm talking about, right? Yamcha, Galactic Patrol. Chaozu, Galactic Patrol. Tien, Galactic Patrol. Gohan, Galactic Patrol. Boom. Then all of a sudden, I mean, that's a nice, especially Earthling, right? Because then we also have, no, not Moro. We have Roshi and Krillin. So, like, that's Roshi, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu. Like, that's 5 extra named characters to the Earthling category. That would help it out dramatically. Yamcha, they do a pretty good job of making Yamcha look cool in this arc. Chaozu does fine. Tien doesn't really do great, but it's okay. Gohan, of course, is pretty good. Roshi and Krillin do fine. But adding this is actually a really good thing. I like that they did this. They actually gave a little bit of screen time to them again. This was not a bad thing that this arc does, for sure. Then here's, again, Saga Abunta, or whatever his name is. Moro powers him up. He fights for a while. Then eventually Goku, again, goes UI Sign. This fight was actually pretty good. Like, to me, again, I've said this before, Ultra Instinct to me is just, like, the coolest shit ever. So Goku, versus Moro, this fight to me, like, I was actually really excited. I was really enjoying this fight quite a bit. Obviously Moro wins, I mean, essentially very easily, but I mean, it's just, Moro is just, I don't know. He's so ridiculous. So, then of course 17 and 18, they fight together, so we get like a combo card of them. Now, they don't actually have the Galactic Patrol, like, symbol and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, they would just be like 17 and 18. Again, they could be a combo card, whatever. Moro, again, it just tanks them. Like, again, Moro is just ridiculous. I don't know what to say. All right, and then Evolution Blue Vegeta shows up, and he used this move, Force Spirit Fission. Fusion, whatever, however you say that word. Now, with this move, he could separate, like, I think it might be explained, like, in, like, a second here, but basically, Vegeta can, like, separate, like, fused energy and shit like that. So, like, it's literally described, like, Piccolo is saying to Goku after Moro absorbs Vegeta's abilities, like, oh, now, you guys used the Patara earrings before, used the fusion dance before. Now, if you would try and do that, Moro could defuse them. But, of course, you have to hit the person in order to actually activate this ability. And I imagine if Goku and Vegeta actually became Vegeto or Gogeta, they could beat Moro without getting hit. Somehow, I feel like that would happen, right? Gogeta and Vegeto, do they ever get hit intentionally? Ever. Like, even once. Like, maybe against Zamasu, Or okay, yeah. Do Vegeta or Gogeta ever get hit unintentionally ever? Right? I don't know. Like Vegeta does get touched by Merge Zamasu, but at the bare minimum, he takes 0 damage from it. And like he like hits Zamasu with the feint and makes it look like he's hurt, and then he just hits him with the Spirit Sword. So I don't know. I imagine if they fused, they would destroy Moro without Moro being able to defuse him, despite the fact that he does have that ability, right? This Vegeta ability right here. But this would be cool. Evolution Blue Vegeta, another new one, right? Because of course we do have the one from Eternal Power that we still have to get. And then if this would be Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Galactic Patrol, again, you guys get what I'm saying, but of course that's another ridiculous buff to Realm of Gods. I don't know about that. And then of course, again, Meerus, is actually gonna be fighting Moro right there. So I mean, we'll see. We shall see. We're actually gonna get the new chapter in a couple of days here. I'm excited to see how it plays out, see where it goes. But there's just so much this arc has to offer. There's so many characters. Like, this is a really big arc, and they bring back all the Z fighters and stuff like that. So I think this actually would make for an interesting category. And like, this would make several celebrations worth, right? They could have the UI Sign Goku from the Galactic Patrol could be a Dokkan Fest exclusive. So could Evolution Blue Vegeta. Moro could have multiple easily, right? Like, you could have like old Moro, cloaked Moro that like goes into like this one right here. Then of course, we could have like the full power Moro that like goes into 0-3. Like there's a couple of different versions we could get of him for sure. LRs, Abound, stuff like that. There's just a lot that this arc has to offer. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys would like to see from Moro. Again, I mean, the way he absorbs people's energy, he could be a healing unit. He could be a damage reduction unit. I could see him dodging. He could be a ridiculous hard hitter. Like, they could do literally anything they want with Moro. I think he would be good for the game because he would be on. He's such a big buff to so many villain categories. Again, like Inhuman Deeds, Terrifying Conquerors, all those teams he would be on. Probably Revived Warriors, maybe Time Travelers. So it would be very good. So I would like to see it. Again, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.